Good evening. I'd like to call this August 7th of the meeting of the Rockingham County School Board to order. First item on our agenda is to approve the agenda. Members, do I have a motion to approve the agenda? Thank you, Mr. Falk. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Cross. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the agenda as presented, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. We have an agenda. Thank you all for joining us tonight. If you would like to rise and remove your head coverings and join me in the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. The next item on our agenda is recognition and presentations. And we have a new principal. Gotta get on my regular agenda thing. And it's Ms. Leah Dean. Is a new principal. There you are. It's so nice to meet you, and it's so nice for having us tonight. What a wonderful way to start our school year, is to be with you guys. So I'm going to turn over the floor to you.
Thank you. I'm glad you are here. Welcome to Rockingham Academy. I'm glad the storms didn't keep you away. So I'm glad you're here. My name is Leah Dean. I'm the new principal here. I come into my 15th year of education, 8 years at Fort Defiance as an assistant principal. So this will be my first year in Rockingham County as a principal. I have 2 boys. They go to Wilburpence Middle School in 6th and 7th grade. And we're Philadelphia Eagles fans. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here. In the first month here, I can honestly say that I understand completely why they say this is the best kept secret of Rockingham County. We have a wonderful staff. It's been amazing to learn about our students. Our students don't always come to us under the best circumstances. And it's my goal as principal to provide them the resources they need to be successful. So the first is hopefully being able to provide them the resources to transition back to their home school. But that's not always possible, right? So second in line is to get them that diploma or their GED, a driver's license, a job, and be able to send them out here to be successful members of society. And for me, it's that simple. That is my goal. In the 2022-2023 school year, we graduated 17 students. 7 of those completed credentialing with our work-based learning program that we have in Rockingham County, which is amazing. So my goal is to grow that. I want to be able to have students come here and be successful. This year we're starting out with 47 students, 13 of those being GED, ISAAP students. So we're starting at a higher number this year than we have in the past, but that's great. That's great for us. Lastly, I want to acknowledge our custodian, Terry Lamb. She's not here this evening, but she keeps our building immaculate, our grounds immaculate, and it's amazing to me, coming from Fort Defiance, being so old into this building, and it looks amazing, and she does all of that single-handedly. And lastly, Don Rhodes, he is my administrative designee, and he has made my transition seamlessly easy, because he knows a little bit about everything. So other than that, I welcome you and look forward to the school meeting tonight.
Thank you very much. We look forward to working with you in the future. And I always love being here. This is an amazing school, and this school does amazing work. So thank you for being willing to take them on and further that work. Next item on our agenda is public comments, and no one signed up for any public comments. So we're just gonna zip right through that. So we're gonna move on to board member comments, and we're gonna begin with Dr. McCulkin.
Thank you, Ms. Lord. I'm sure that many of you, probably hopefully all of you, read the DNR. And in the DNR, we have two highlights focusing on our schools that I'd like to share with everyone this evening. The first one is Broadway High School has a food market, which provides resources, usually fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, but fruit and other foods for the community. They partner with the Blue Ridge Food Bank, and it said this is the only high school that has this program in Rockingham County. So hats off to the Broadway High School Food Market. And continuing with Broadway High School, Tech Ed Teacher of the Year in Virginia was Andrew Lowe, who had his training at Turner Ashby, but he has done a fantastic job at Broadway High School. And there's an article by you, Ashley, that talks about Andrew, and I like to quote what Andrew said at the end of the article. He said, "At the end of the day, the students are the most important thing, and that's why we're all here. Our focus is the students." Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Dr. McQuilkin. Mr. Fulk? Mr. Cross?
I had the opportunity to go to the 2023 Safe School Conference in Hampton, Virginia, and be with our school resource officers, and was there with Dr. Shiflett and a couple other school personnel, and that was a great trip. Got a chance to learn some really good information with school safety, and hopefully bring some of that information back here to Rockingham County so that can help us out here in our division. And also had the opportunity to go to the summer school graduation. So I want to say congratulations to our students that graduated at summer school, and our teachers, thank you so much, and the administrators that did put all the work in as well. So thank everyone for all the hard work in getting these kids graduated in summer school. Thanks.
Thank you. Dr. Shiflett?
All right, thank you. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to our custodians. I know Ms. Dean mentioned the one here that's done a nice job getting the schools prepped. They do a lot of work behind the scenes throughout the summer, cleaning, waxing, polishing, making sure everything's ready for August the 23rd. So we really appreciate that. But not only them, all of our employees. And one of the things that our school board and our executive team plans to do over the coming weeks is provide an appreciation lunch for all of our employees at some point during their work days. We started last week by recognizing the work of our technology department. People don't see what they do, but they're behind the scenes making it happen. They're here tonight streaming this meeting. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we're recognizing our bus drivers. Next week, our nurses, and we have our paraprofessionals and teachers coming in on Friday and Monday. So we're getting geared up and ready for the beginning of the school year, and looking forward to it. But we just want to take, it's a small token of appreciation just to say to our folks, thank you for all you do for our kids and for coming back to work this fall. We really need you, and so do the kids.
Thank you. My highlights include the folks run first and second grade summer school came out to the farm for a visit, and I also went and read to them. But there have been lots of things this summer we've been doing. I know we're getting ready to start school, but lots of things have been going on since then, or since school ended in June. Tonight, the school board approved, in conjunction with the Harrisonburg City School Board, to approve an MOU to have the MTC animals. The sheep are now living on my farm, and I'm hoping for a whole lot more farm visits from kiddos from across the county and the city, so I'm really excited about that. We also had a whole bunch of meetings and have been working very hard to fill the vacancy that is on our board. And I think with that, we're going to move on into the next item, which is school action items, and interim appointment to the Rockingham County School Board. As you know, we had interviews last week, and I thought all the candidates did an excellent job. I think we'll be in good hands. So at this point, I would like to wish you all good luck and thank you all for coming out for the interviews, and thank you to those who applied. It's not an easy job, and it's a short-term job, so we appreciate the three candidates who did put their name in the hat. Board members, do I have a motion to accept one of those members?
Madam Chair, following weeks of earnest review and consideration of the information provided by the candidates for appointment and the public input received, I move that the Rockingham County School Board appoint Jackson Dixon to fill the District 5 vacancy for the remainder of its term, which will end December 31st, 2023.
Thank you, Dr. McQuilkin. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. Any discussion?
I would just like to add to your comments that I appreciate all three of the candidates who sought to fulfill this term, and you interviewed very well, and our school system is going to be in good hands.
Any further discussion? I would like to add that I do support this vote. We haven't talked about this in private, but I know that there has been quite a bit of public concern that nobody that's on the ballot be nominated. And I think it is best to go ahead and let this be decided by the voters in November. And so I am pleased to accept Dr. McQuilkin's nomination. Is there any, if there's no further discussion, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And welcome. Thank you to the other two candidates. Thank you all for applying. Good luck for running for the office come November. Mr. Dixon, our next plan of action with you, we'll need to have you do some training and then take the office, and then you can join us up here. Good plan? Okay. And again, thank you to everyone who applied. Next on the agenda, we need to approve minutes, and we have had a lot of meetings. So unless I hear otherwise from the board, I would like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes from July 10th, July 12th, July 19th, July 31st, and August 2nd. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Falk. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from July 10th, July 12th, July 19th, July 31st, and August 2nd, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Next item on the agenda, bills and mileage. Dr. Shiflett.
Chair Lord and members of the board, you have the bills and mileage in your packet. I recommend approval of the June 2023 bills as presented.
Thank you, Dr. Shiflett. Do I have a motion?
Motion to follow superintendent's recommendation, approves the bills as presented.
Thank you, Mr. Cross. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. McQuilkin. Is there any discussion on the bills and mileage for July 2023? Hearing none, all those in favor of the approving the bills and mileage as presented for July 2023, please say aye. 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 Opposed, same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Next on the agenda, we have the recommendation of cabling for Broadway High School. Mr. Steve Reed.
Chair Lord, Dr. Shiflett, members of the board, the bid for telecommunication cabling at Broadway High School addition was properly specified and advertised. We sent the bid to 10 firms, and we had one firm attend a pre-bid conference and 2 firms respond with sealed bids. As you can see, they were very competitive. Our recommendation is to award the contract to Computer Cabling and Telephone Services in the amount of $92,230. I will note that we have worked with Computer Cabling before. They did the work at John Wayland, Pleasant Valley, and here, as a matter of fact, when we did those projects.
Thank you. Dr. Shipley.
Chair Lord and members of the board, I recommend awarding the contract for the telecommunication cabling at Broadway High School to the low bidder, Computer Cabling and Telephone Services Incorporated, as presented.
Thank you. Members, do I have a motion?
I move to follow the superintendent's recommendation to award the contract for telecommunication cabling at Broadway High School to the low bidder as presented by Steve Reed, Director of Networks.
Thank you, Mr. Falk. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. McQuilkin. Is there any discussion?
Are they usually kind of this close when it comes to bidding?
You know, you never know. I think we got lucky with some close bids. I will note that this is one thing that we do where we pull certain items out of the general contractor scope and self-perform them. It saves us probably 25% or better in the cost of the project between the general contractor's markup. And in this case, it would be a couple of markups because it would fall underneath the electrical contractor, general contractor. And then, of course, we don't pay the architect fee on it also. It does create a little more, I don't want to say stress, but a little more work for us to do to self-perform. But again, it does come at a savings.
Any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of accepting the superintendent's recommendation to award the contract for the telecommunication cabling at Broadway High School to the low bidder, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. And then next on the agenda, we have the ADA ramp at Wilbur Pence. Also, Mr. Reed.
Yes, the bid for installation of ADA compliant access ramp at the front entry of Wilbur Pence was specified and advertised. We had 7 firms were sent bid packages. We had 4 that responded with a sealed bid. I will note that this is the second time we put this out to bid. The first time we put it out to bid, we received 1 bid that was well over budget, and we rejected and we waited and rebid. Our recommendation is to award the contract to the low bidder, Bridgestone Construction, in the amount of $76,394.
Thank you. Dr. Shipley.
Chair Lord and members of the board, I recommend awarding the contract for the ADA compliant access ramp at Wilbur S. Pence Middle School to the low bidder, Bridgestone Construction, as presented.
Thank you. Board members, do I have a motion?
A motion to follow superintendent's recommendation.
Thank you. Mr. Cross, do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Falk. Is there any discussion? Okay, all those in favor of following the motion, or following the superintendent's recommendation to award the contract for the ADA compliant access ramp at Wilbur S. Pence Middle School to the low bidder, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Next, we have policy revisions by Becky Tennell.
Chair Lohr, Dr. Shiflett, and members of the board, I brought policies to you on July 10th for you to have to review, and I'm coming tonight to see if you're ready to take action on them. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you.
Chair Lord and members of the board, I recommend approval of the proposed policy revisions as presented by Mrs. Tennell.
Thank you, Dr. Shiflett. Members, do I have a motion?
I move that we follow the superintendent's recommendation regarding the proposed policy revisions.
Thank you, Dr. McQuilkin. Do I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Falk. Is there any discussion?
There were 2 on here that I wanted to have formal discussion with the board and with the superintendent. It was policy GBEEC/KGC, tobacco products and communicators. There was just some wording in there where it talks about taking down some signs. Well, the old one had signs, the tobacco signs up and different things like that. And I just want to make sure that we're not taking down those signages in the school or school buses and things like that. So at another meeting, I'd like to talk about just making sure that we're not doing that. And then the other one was down at the bottom. School bus drivers, GDQ. There's just I know that there's there's a policy in there for DUIs. I'd like to go back and review that and just look at possibly, not saying having a strict policy where it says if you've ever had a DUI, DUID, and looking at that and seeing if we could, if it's 10 years or more, because I don't think it stays on your record, maybe 7 years anyway. I'd like to look at that. So if we can put those two off, maybe. Forward. Until the next meeting.
I would like to add an amendment to the motion on the floor that we respect Mr. Cross's request and hold those two policies for further review.
Thank you, Mr. Falk. I have a amendment to the main motion to hold the two, to lay the two motions, the two policies. GDQ and GBC.
GBEC, I think is the one for tobacco products.
GBEC-KG, right?
Yes.
KGC, yeah. On the table. Period. Are we postponing definitely, indefinitely? Until our meeting, August 24th? No, 28th? 28th. Okay.
Okay.
I have a motion that's been properly seconded to amend the main motion. Is there any discussion on the amendment to the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor of amending the motion, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion to amend the main motion carries. So we will be laying the GBEC-GC, that's a mouthful, and policy GDQ on the table until next meeting. Got it?
JDQ. Are we doing GBEC and
Oh, did I-
JDG? Is that, so the first and the last one on your list are the ones we're talking about? The tobacco products and nicotine vapor products and student suspension and expulsion? Or no, school bus drivers?
School bus drivers.
GDQ.
GDQ.
Okay.
GDQ, yeah. Okay?
Okay.
We're good?
Yes.
But wait,
Okay.
there's more.
Okay.
Is there any further discussion on the motion, on the policies still on the table for discussion tonight? Hearing none, we will vote on the remaining policies, approving the remaining policies. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Okay, motion carries. So the other policies, we approved.
Okay.
But we're
so
going to bring back the two for further discussion.
You're going to bring them back for me to bring back for action, or you will discuss them and I will bring them back for information? Can you help me clarify? Or I can talk to Dr. Shiflett, maybe he can help me with that.
We're gonna, do we have others? You're bringing us more tonight,
I am,
yes.
yes.
So just fold them into the next one.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, hey, don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Because now you have more to bring to us, right?
Yes. No, that's policy manual statements.
Okay.
That's not
Oh, that's
me.
not you.
No,
Okay.
I'm policy revisions.
Okay. So sit down for a minute.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, sorry. Dr. Shiflett, you have, that concludes our action items for the evening. We're now going to move on to information items, and Dr. Shiflett has some information for us about the policy manual statement.
Yes, per policy BF, Board Policy Manual, the superintendent shall ensure that an annual announcement is made at the beginning of the school year. And here comes the announcement. Brace yourself. The School Board Policy Manual was posted on the Rockingham County Public Schools webpage, accessible to employees and the public. Printed copies are available as needed to citizens who do not have online access. Further, changes in school board policy are presented at open school board meetings, predominantly as informational items to be approved at a later date. The school board welcomes input to the proposed revisions by school board members, administrators, teachers, parents, and other concerned citizens.
Thank you. And that's all we have to do for that, right? Okay, so now we're going to move on to current job vacancy data by Amy Painter.
Chair Lord, Dr. Shiflett, members of the board. This could be the shortest presentation of my life. This is current job vacancy data from sitting on a neighboring school division school board. I can tell you that we're in a great place. So first, go back. Our non-classified staff, so our professional staff, as of right now, we are lacking 1 school counselor, 4 secondary teaching positions. Division-wide, though, we do need 2 school psychologists and 7 speech-language pathologist positions. We are getting creative, though, with some speech-language pathologist assistant positions that we may have. And then as far as classified staff, this looks scary, especially since Dr. Shiflett just told you about how much we appreciate our custodians and all the work they do in the summers. They've been doing it with 10 less custodians. So that gives us even more pride in what they do every day. So right now we have unfilled 2 custodial positions, 23 transportation positions. This includes bus drivers, car assistants, 10 instructional and special ed paraprofessionals, 3 clerical positions, and 5 food service positions. This doesn't include any hourly employees or the stack of personnel action requests I have on my desk right now. They're waiting for second interviews. So some of those numbers are going to go down a little bit. But I do want you to keep this in mind. We are hosting new teacher orientation this Thursday and Friday to 125 new teachers to RCPS. This is brand new teachers and lots of veterans that we're getting from surrounding counties. And to make these numbers look very small, take into mind that between contracts, work agreements, and hourly employees, we have 3,200 of them. So we're doing well. So I'm kind of pleased with where we are right now. Any questions?
Very good. Thank you very much. Board members, do we have any questions?
I do need to share something funny, though, on Dr. Shiflett. So last week I got a text asking if I would share about our current vaccines. It was a voice-to-text error. It wasn't vaccines, it was vacancies. I was a little concerned, but I would have had his back either way. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Vaccine?
I couldn't understand why she was so confused. She said, I need to meet with you so we can talk about what you want me to present. I'm like, it's not that complicated. And then, she shows me the text. And I said, oh, yeah, it is complicated. I just want vacancies, not vaccines. Sorry.
But now you've opened up that Pandora's box, vaccines. And he did get a call from me today about vaccines, actual vaccines. But anything you want to share with the group on vaccines?
Well, students are required to be vaccinated, certain vaccinations, and there's religious exemptions that we honor for some families. In years past, when students have had, families have had struggles getting their vaccinations, we've allowed them to go ahead and enter school as long as we have a date or a plan of when those vaccinations are going to occur. So we try to be flexible and work with families, understanding that, just as we face job shortages in our workforce, the same happens in the healthcare system. So we try to work with families as best we can.
And I'm a family that's struggling with, I've been trying since October to get my child vaccinated. So everyone else that's struggling, it's okay. We've got you. If you have trouble, you just heard it from the horse's mouth. We'll work with you. Next on the agenda is Ms. Tennell again, policy revisions.
Greetings again, everyone. Tonight you have for information 4 policies in front of you. One is going from an RCPS policy to a VSBA policy, and the next 3 are additions or changes to the Rockingham County policy. Be happy to answer any questions you might have. The last one, bully prevention, we had just missed the last time that you approved the bully prevention, that you have to contact parents within 24 hours. That's in 2 different policies in the manual, so we just needed to go back and make that correction in the other policy. That one's very small.
Thank you. Board members, any questions? Okay. Please feel free to contact Ms. Tennell between now and the next board meeting if you have other questions. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
Board members, you have in your packet for your review the financial data from July 2023. I guess that concludes our information items. Next item on the agenda is other business, school board questions and comments. Dr. McQuilkin.
Pass.
Thank you. Mr. Falk. Thank you. Mr. Cross.
Yeah, I'd like to just ask Mr. Shiflett what kind of messaging, have we done any messaging as a division for parents for the grant that Governor Youngkin put out for the acceleration grant? It was for parents to help get tutors for COVID loss. Have we been able to do anything as a division trying to explain that to parents on how to get that grant money and the process of that, or have we advertised that any at all as a division that you know of?
I'm not aware of what advertisement we've used with that grant. I'll be happy to check with Katie Lapierre to see what we've put out there. She may have put something out on social media, so I don't want to speak to say that she has or hasn't, but we'll definitely look into that and see
Okay.
where we are with that.
All right.
It's a good question.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Thank you. Dr. Shiflett, any additional comments for the evening?
Just looking forward to August 23rd, and I hope everyone else is as well. Our administrators, I shouldn't say they came back, they've been working all summer, but we started our administrative retreat. We really weren't running away. We were going to stand and fight. But we are meeting for 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, talk about some changes and policies and practice. And yeah, we're just looking forward to it. So.
Wonderful. And between here and there, we have the Rockingham County Fair. I encourage everyone to go out and see the amazing projects our students have been working on all summer long and all year long. And I see Mr. Rhodes giving me the thumbs up. Go out and eat hamburgers at the FFA booth, because they will, and a lot of the booths support our local community endeavors. So please go out and support the Rockingham County Fair and support our students next week. And then we will see you guys all at the start of school. Members, we have reason to go into closed session. Do I have a motion?
I move that the board enter a closed meeting to discuss and consider the following pursuant to the provisions of Virginia Code Section 2.2-3711A1, personnel, specific public officers, appointees, or employees for the purpose of considering such individual's assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, salary, or resignation, and A2, one or more students specifically related to discipline and request regarding compulsory school attendance based on religious beliefs or the inability to benefit from education at the school that would involve disclosure of information contained in a scholastic record concerning a student.
Thank you. Mr. Falk, members, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. McQuilkin. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. We are in closed session. Thank you all. Have a safe trip home.